Greetings, gamer guys and gals. I'm Zeake, welcoming you to the 26th part of my Fire Emblem Path of Radiance Let's Play. Well, since we're already here, we might as well begin. Alright, corrosion. Not very useful. Let's see, does this guy have a bow? No, he does not. Yep, what we could do, equip a nice little old guillotine there. I think Titania will be fine with that, to be honest. Okay, so what we want to do is restore Boyd. We also want to be careful. If we can't KO somebody here, we kind of just want to leave them alone, because it's just not a good idea to allow him to waste our very precious physic uses. Yeah, we can go ahead and take this guy out, hopefully, as long as we don't miss. Very good job, Boyd. And yeah, nothing to steal. Don't even know why I checked that. There's never anything to steal on these generics. And I don't know if he can reach his physics staff. No, he cannot. Honestly, I'm much more concerned about Volk taking a stray crit than Boyd's current health. I think he'll be fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and heal him up. Alright. So what we want to do, shove you. Let's see where he can reach. Doesn't really help much, does it? So yep, let's just finish off one of these guys with Shinon and move down with the other units. And a very nice, unnecessary, but very nice crit. Save us a use. And we could take this guy out. That'd be nice. Oh, though, the problem with swords masters. Most swords units in any of the Atelius games that you fight have pretty poor strength. It's not the worst. It's not exactly the best. Yep, and we can finish this guy off with Mia. That blade looks way too big for her to be wielding. Let's be real. Her arms, I mean, her legs are thinner than that blade. And her arms are thinner than her legs. Alright, so Toronio. Yeah, we can go ahead and put Ike here. Hopefully he goes and attacks. Yeah, let's see. And I did it. Really doesn't matter per se, I suppose. Yep, okay, we got Toronio to move. That's awesome. I will cut you down with ease and leave your corpse for the rats. This guy seems very friendly. Wouldn't y'all say? I probably should have given him a bow, to be honest. To, I don't know, retaliate? I guess it doesn't particularly matter. Not that great, Volk. Not that great, but you know, I've seen worse. Alright, I would very much love for Volk to just, you know, take some of these KOs down here, but he has much more important things to do. Very nice counter proc. Very rare counter proc. I'm almost certain that she would not have died to a crit from this guy. I didn't check, probably should have, but to be honest, like, she just has way more defense than I thought she did. Alright, so how we trivialize this guy. It seems like quite a mess here. Well, for one, let's go ahead and take out one of these guys here. We might have to use the... No, ooh, the Brave Bow is not the option. You know, Shinon, the one time you could have done with throwing a crit out, and you just don't give it. It's just so very like our units. We had Mia to clean up your mess, though. That's very good. And we could go right here and talk. Hi-ya! Take this! What is it? Why are you staring at me like that? I am Tironio, a general of Daien. Young general of Crimea, I have but one question to ask you. Your swordsmanship is familiar. Who taught you to fight in this way? To the best of my knowledge, that style was used by only one man, an old friend of mine. My father, he taught me to use a sword. Is that so? Then you are Gawain's son. Wait, are you a friend of my father's? We were good friends, long ago. How is the old goat? My father no longer lives. He was defeated and slain by a Daien general. That can't be. For the Gawain I know to be beaten, who was it? Who took him down? A knight encased in black armor. The Black Knight, eh? I did not know his strength had grown so much. Interesting. Do you have any brothers or sisters? I have one sister. In that case, I will not fight you. The world must not lose Gawain's style of swordsmanship. I surrender. You may lock me away or execute me or what you will. I care not. Are you sane? Very much so. I had already decided that I would die in this place. I have served this country for many years, since the time of the previous king. But the current regent, he rules through fear and wants nothing but war. I can abide it no longer. If you plan on dying anyway, join us. We have need of strength such as yours. You would take a former Daien general? I cannot. Your fellow Crimeans would resist. They would never accept it. Our army does not have the luxury of being so picky. Please, lend us your strength. As you will. I've already thrown my life away. If it can serve you somehow, you may use it as you see fit. Alright, so we get Tironio. This is how you totally trivialize Tironio, by the way. And it's wonderful, if I was being honest, because to be very truthful, Tironio is perhaps the best general that you ever receive in any of these games, well, any of the traditional Fire Emblem games. because he's just, oh man, his stats are off the charts nuts for a general. A general with that speed, 13 speed at his level. I mean, he still has 6 levels to go. He's probably going to get like 2 or 3 speed levels. And we are definitely giving him the Night Ward to make sure that his speed growth is well and away up there. And whatever speed wings we have, we're giving them to him. He makes very good use of it if you max it out on him, because he is very tanky. He is magically resistant. He is what I want from generals, to be physically and magically defensive. I don't care if they have speed. I just don't believe that they should be magically frail if they're going to be slow as well. You know, Three Houses, love that game. It's the third favorite game of mine in the entire series. And it's far and away a better game, in my opinion, than Path of Radiance. However, this is one of the serious problems I have with the overwhelming majority of units that are good for the Armor Knight or Great Knight classes. They are so slow and have no resistance. It's disgusting. You get doubled by mages on normal. On normal. And destroyed on normal. Even if you're on New Game Plus, it's that bad. It's honestly that bad. It's shameful. It's stupid. I don't like that idea. If generals are not going to be speedy, they should be physically and magically resistive. And I really think they're the only unit in the game that should be bulky in both areas. It just makes no sense to me that they're not. And it would be okay if, like, also, like, warriors, for instance, if they were magically frail, but decently physically bulky. You know, they could fill that archetype, especially since they have the speed to take it. They could take a magic hit and say, okay, you know, I still have plenty of HP left. Generals? No. They don't have the speed. And 9 times out of 10, they don't have the resistance. So he comes with 2 amazing weapons, and they fit him quite well. We're going to be keeping him on him because we are using him. He also comes with the Occult Scroll, which we are going to be giving to Volk. That's a wonderful skill, in my personal opinion. I think it's one of the better ones in the game, is what Volk gets, because even though it's not always going to proc, just like most of the other ones, it's still useful when it does proc, because his low weapon power and his low strength usually means he leaves a lot of people alive, and his personal mastery skill will fix that when it procs. He does come with an A rank in sword and lances, so you can go ahead and decide which one you want an S rank in. And to be honest, because you do not get the S rank lance in this game, there is no point to not giving him S rank swords. But either one, it really just doesn't matter. And again, he comes with Resolve, potentially the greatest and most busted skill in this entire game. So he gets, when he's at half health or less, he'll have 33 strength, 27 skill, and 19 speed at this current level with no other bonuses. He's a monster. And this is one of the reasons why it's so good to give him speed if you're going to use him. If you're going to use him, you know, give him the Night Ward. He's probably going to even be keeping the Night Ward for the rest of the game, regardless of whether or not he's max level or needs it for leveling, because it boosts his defense and resistance even more. And that just makes him an even better tank, a frontline stalwart, if you will. You know, he's got a regular old biorhythm. That doesn't matter. And he comes with a Thunder Affinity, but he doesn't, and from my remembrance, have very good or many supports. So we're not actually worried about that at all. All I'm worried about is the fact that we now have, I keep pressing that button, we now have, in my opinion, the best general in this game, and one of the best generals in the entire series. And I very much so mean entire series. Alright, so we have to waste spear uses here if we want to retaliate on the mage, which we kind of do. The Swordsmaster can attack me, I'm pretty sure. Yep. We're going to be wasting quite a few uses of the spear here. And to be honest, I probably should have traded him over a different weapon, but yeah, whatever. Tyronio is also, especially if you don't have a Legu's weapon or any really decent units right now, he is actually one of your best units to fight Ino with, due to Resolve. He does take pretty good advantage of Resolve. And with Resolve, you know, right now he gets doubled by her, I think. Yes, he does. Yes, he will. But with Resolve, he will not get doubled by her, and he's just such a good unit. I really love Tyronio. He's my favorite. He's the very epitome of what I wish all generals were, or at least more than not. Alright, so, yeah, he's untransforming. So he's going to be losing, like, is it 2 or 3 movement? If I want to use him to shove next turn, or I should say smite, we'll go ahead and do that. We're probably going to need it anyhow. Probably. We'll see. Alright, so Soren over here. Now we got a Thoron. A rank Thunder Magic. Alright, so he's done picking stuff. We're going to go ahead and leave Soren up here with the girls to fight the reinforcements. And he'll be up here to heal. And because he has Physic, he can still heal while we're fighting in the throne room. And, you know, we can still take advantage of that as well. Ooh. What hit did he have on her? I want to say he had like 15 hit on her. Yeah, was that honestly 15 hit? With double RNG rolling and true hit taken into account, that's like he hit with an 8 hit. I think that's the lowest I've ever seen somebody hit with. In a true hit game, that is. I've seen lower. In fact, I was recently playing Fire Emblem 4 Genealogy with the Project Naga patch. One of the games that one of these days I would like to get around to playing on my channel. And I got hit with a 1 hit, and I was floored. I was utterly floored. Alright, so this is the conundrum. I kind of want him to go ahead and get this KO so he can get some EXP from it, because he needs it. But we also need him in here. We need him to steal 2 things, actually. The Physic and the Elixir. I guess we can, you know, it'll be an extra turn or 2. And Boyd just one-rounding with the Iron Axe against promoted enemies. You just gotta love warriors. I've always loved warriors. I'm a big fan of bows. I know that they're not very useful in the grand scheme of things, especially if you have options like axes and lances. They're just really not that great. But sometimes they can really just be like that great. They can be a great reliable hitting option, because a lot of times the ranged options you have for like lances and axes are pretty inaccurate. Alright, so this is the reason why it was okay for us to let him... Oh, man. Very nice. I appreciate it. The mages in this game, regardless of difficulty you're on, are so squishy. They do not have any durability to their name. Unlike Toronio. A short axe, huh? One of the things we'll have to do is take care of these units. We could probably go ahead and just leave Marsha here to fend them off, but it would just be quicker if we didn't do that, per se. Yeah, another waste. Nothing we could do about that one. Alright, let's see. Oh, no, he could have moved an extra one. That's okay. Rayson still has another turn or two. So I could dance from here. Or I could dance from here. I think I'm going to have to... Yeah. Alright, so... The mage... Yeah, I think we're just going to dance here. Brave bow, not a kill. Alright, Shinon. And he crit. I didn't... oh, it's okay. It's okay that he crit there, you know? Useful enough. Killing Edge. We could have used that on Toronio. I don't think he needs it right now. But we could have used it. Using a vulnerary in Chapter 21. How long's it been? Yeah, here's the thing. You know... Hellfire Mage. Okay. Yeah, I think this guy is going to go ahead and attack my units, so we're going to have to get out of the way. Yeah. What we do want to do is get rid of the mage. We're going to do that with Shinon. He's the one who benefits from the EXP the most here. Yeah, we don't want to waste the Brave Bow on, you know, a mage that we're going to one round anyway. Ashnard, show yourself! Huh? A Goldoan dragon? I've been waiting for you. You are General Ike, are you not? Who are you? My name is Ina. By the orders of the king, I am the protector of this capital. Withdraw. I've no desire to fight a useless battle with you. It's Ashnard I'm after. I regret to inform you that the king is not here. What? The king and the main body of the Daien army remain in Crimea, where they have been since it fell. What are you saying? The king's abandoned the capital? I share your desire to see this conflict end, so rather than see you travel to Crimea to fight Ashnard, I felt it would be much faster for me to defeat you and your army here. Don't you agree? That's one way to look at it. The problem is that I'll never let you do as you please with Crimea. We cannot have it both ways. We both want what is in our best interest, and that is why we have conflict. If neither of us will yield, our conflict will continue until only the stronger of us remains. I have my own reasons for fighting, and I will see you fall. Hi-ya! I don't know what you were hi-yaing there, Ike, but you're quite a distance away from the enemy. Okie dokie. Alright. Let's see. We do have some people who need healing. Shinon first, since he'll be facing a mage this turn anyway. Yep, Soth can just remain here and do nothing. That is what he's known for, I believe. Yeah, that guy had 15 hit. This guy only has 18 hit. What in the world? Just... wow. I do believe... yeah, these guys have steel axes. They're not that threatening. Yeah, they're not that threatening at all. What we're going to do is just leave them be, though. And, you know, take this time to heal up. Could have healed Marsha, but I'm pretty sure she has more defense than Titania. Yeah, she does. Oscar is going to be... He should have gave that Night Ward over to Toronio right away. We'll do that next turn. Alright, let's move on. And it is the end of your days, old mage. How unfortunate. For you. Almost a one-shot. Almost. That would have been nice. Save us uses on Highlander. It's getting quite low. You know, one thing I do think that is quite unfortunate about the dragons in this game, and not something we have gone over quite yet, they do not have 1-2 range. How they attack is with their breath. You know, like fire breathing, you know, dragon. Just makes sense. Why can't that be 1-2 range in this game? It's funny because they retconned this in Radiant Dawn, and they do have 1-2 range in that game. Such a shame. All right. I don't even want to put Shinon in his range because he'll just get attacked. And we can mend up Shinon. Bring him back up to full health. Alright. Titania can go ahead and join us. I don't think she'll be able to join us for the actual fight. I mean, she could. We could always just use the rescue staff on her. I don't want this taking too many more turns. And we'll give this KO to Marsha. Marsha will also not be taking part in the throne room fight. That's the problem with having stragglers, but to be honest with you, I would prefer to have my units separated like they are in this chapter, just for speed and efficiency sake. I'm not a big fan of just playing or milking a chapter in turns and stuff like that. I don't think it's fun. I like to try to do things as efficiently and as quickly as possible, because this is a strategy game. Of course you can milk the EXP, you can milk the turns, you can wait around, you can do nothing, you can all sorts of stuff. Of course you can. Like, for instance, if this guy was doing any kind of damage to Toronio, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't, we could just keep healing him. But Why would you? I would just prefer to play the game and enjoy it. I do not think that Killer Lance guy would have been much of a threat. Even if he did hit. Very nice, Oscar. Very nice. And a beautiful level. Beautiful. And one thing we could do yeah, see, he can even untransformed, he could smite mist if he wanted. That's just really humorous in my opinion. Oh, he needs one more guy to shove him. We do not want to shove him back. That would utterly defeat the purpose of what we just did there. And we get a nice brave sword. Cool. Master Seal. Pretty sure this is just gold now. Free gold. Alright, so what we want to do... we could attack him. Yep, with the steel bow. Won't matter. We're going to be changing his weapon regardless. And equip the Night Ward. Heal up with Physic. Again, another pointless heal, but hey, it's experience points. And I think that's about it for our turns here. Here, let's go pointlessly guard Soth. Why not? She's going to be useless the rest of this chapter anyhow. Okie dokie. Let's see where we can move you. We're gonna need a couple of turns here. And some people to move him. Smite? Is that enough range? No, he needs one more range. Of course he can't shove. And that's enough range. I have too many items. Yep. She's full. He's full. Wow. The Brave Sword. Now, that's a pretty unique and interesting weapon for our Tyronio here. Thank you for your physic. Your contributions have been appreciated. Let's just Brave Bow this guy. Take no counter. Alright, so we should be able to defeat the boss, hopefully next turn. Not only defeat her, but steal her elixir and all that good stuff before, you know, we go ahead and seize. Should be able to do all that. Should. One thing... Oh, you know, that's a shame. Alright. And heal up Oscar. We might as well not even move Soren or Titania, for that matter. It's just going to be pointless. So let's move on. All right. You stole an elixir. Yeah, I was afraid of this. I was very afraid of this. Alright, so what we're going to have to do... Legu's Slayer, Silver Sword. I mean, why bother using the Legu's Slayer if we can just use the Silver Sword? Let's go ahead and do... Or vice versa, I should say. Doing 6 damage is not really going to help. If you had wished to extend your short lifespan, then you should not have appeared before me. You're one of the Dragon Tribe, aren't you? When we ran into trouble in the Southern Sea, the Dragon Prince rescued us. I don't want to fight you. Do I have to? You have met Prince Kurthnaga. I've no desire to steal the life of one who received his aid. Woo-hoo! Ah, forgive me, little one, for even so, I cannot quit fighting. I do like this battle theme as well. I believe it's against a mighty foe or something like that. Okay, we don't need to heal. Always smite if you can smite. Okay, she has no good healing. It's basically us versus the boss. We should be able to beat her this coming turn. Ah, that's a shame. I totally forgot. She not only has renewal, she gets healed by the throne. Yep, they breathe fire, but for some unknown reason, Yet they just cannot attack at 1-2 range. It's so silly. Breath. The fiery breath of a red dragon. It never runs out and cannot be unequipped or dropped. I don't actually understand why any of these are weighted. It's got 1 weight. Legues were just treated so poorly in this game, in my opinion. Smite. It's probably not going to help. Oh yeah, she has the Legues guard, and that's the reason why her 23 damage that she was doing to Mia was actually only 11. Really not that scary. This could be a kill. Aw. I mean, it could still be if we wanted. Let's see what we can do here. If we can hit with this. Could finish her off. You know, Boyd and that hit chance there. I'm kind of not surprised. Alright, so what about... No. Nope. Well, we could do this. Why not? And that's why not. It would be my luck, too, that she would proc Miracle. Alright, so we could do this. She has much better hit and a bit better damage now, you know, because she's next to Boyd. They've got a pretty good support. It's pretty nice, in my opinion. And we can finish her off with Shinon. It's sort of what I want to do here, because Shinon would really appreciate the experience, especially since, you know, it's kind of hard to enemy phase with snipers. So very nice. Does that mean Tyronio's getting the KO here? That's exactly what's happening. Okay. We don't want to heal Tyronio because we would like him to get resolve. I'd like to show off the stat buffs. They do show in this game. Oh. Yep, she's... Well, she's going to put him into resolve range. He's probably going to one-shot her at this HP. Oh yeah, I'm almost 100% certain he's going to one-shot her here. Oh yeah. I think he was doing 12 damage. That would have been 11 extra damage, so yeah, there was no way. But that's okay. Very useful racing. We're done with the chapter. Very useful. Alright, so his whopping stat bonuses. I mean, if he had maximum stats, like if he had max strength, skill, and speed, this would be way greater. But even right now, it's just like, well, this is impressive. It's amazing. I personally appreciate it. I think it's one of the best skills in the game. And, spoiler, since we finally received this a unit with this skill, we are actually receiving a scroll with resolve in it at some point. Give a guess on who you think is going to get that. That would be an interesting discussion, I'd say. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish off just healing up some folks with whatever we have. Get a little bit of bonus EXP from this, you know, so on and so forth. And then right after, we're going to seize and call it a day on this chapter, aren't we? And Rayson gets another level. Level 14. I do believe maximum level for... he's max on skill. That's pretty funny. Totally pointless. I do believe maximum level for the Legu's units in this game is 40. So he's probably not ever going to see that. I don't think I've ever gotten Rayson to level 40. It's kind of pointless. It is funny to see some of his stats max because some of his stats have pretty high maximums. But yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. Who else do we have to heal here? Rayson, you saved the day by getting an HP level up. And let's just go ahead and seize. You are strong. I have lost. Then calm yourself and surrender. There is no reason for you to die. That I cannot do. What? I must go to him. No, wait. Nasser, good timing. Grab her, will you? I'm sorry. Nasser? Ike! Nasser, what are you doing? Go now, hurry. So you were the traitor? Someone's been giving information to the enemy. Was that you, too? And Mist's medallion? Are you telling me you've been working for Daien this whole time, but you're a Legu's? Why? Talk to me. This is useless. Get him out of here. His traitorous face is making me ill. Blast. Until this has been cleared up, you'll be held in custody. I won't question you anymore. When you decide to talk, let me know. Go to Palmeni Temple. What did you say? Crimea Castle. So the capital has fallen, eh? Ha! I knew it would come to this. Still, how disappointing. It doesn't matter how well you train an army. If they don't fight, they become weak. What's the life of a soldier without a steady diet of war? Blood and pain are the foods of a true warrior. So, speaking of soldiers, Your Highness, the majority of our forces have been moved here. I left more than enough soldiers, and yet they could not prevail. I may have overestimated Ina. Even if she is a dragon, I suppose that was the best she could do. I suppose. But the important thing is the Black Knight. Where's he gotten to? Did you see him in the capital? I did. He bid me present this to your Majesty. It's found its way back to my hands at long last. Unwrap it, quickly. Unwrap it and show it to me. But very well. Do be careful not to touch it, Patrine. It wouldn't do to have you go mad. I'd hate to have to kill you. Here it is, your Majesty. Behold. How wonderful. See how it reacts to the war I have brought to this pathetic land. This is Leiron's medallion? Yes, and inside is a dark god of immeasurable power and cruelty. It once caused a flood so great that all continents save Delius were submerged in a watery tomb. That blue light. You, me, even this very castle itself, we all radiate various forms of chaotic energy, and the dark god is pure chaos. The light you see is that energy calling out to the chaos around us. That is why some scholars refer to it as the Fire Emblem. Look how you tremble. This light has the power to bewitch the human soul, you know. It calls to our chaotic impulses, like the urge to slaughter every living thing in sight. Do you feel its invitation? The permission to act on any base emotion that resides in your heart, no matter how unspeakable? Man, Ashnard, you mean to tell me that half the people in this world or more have one of these medallions in their pocket? My report is not finished. Patrine. Guard. Yes, Your Highness? Wrap the medallion and place it in the vault. At once. Go on, the report. Of course, yes. As Your Majesty ordered, the Black Knight moves to capture Princess Serenus. At last report, he was on his way to Phoenicius. I see. So he's decided the princess and not the prince, eh? Did he give any reasons? Yes, Your Highness. It was based on the findings of a group of scholars. Because the princess was isolated for over 20 years, they feel her magic will be stronger than her brother's. Yet, can the Black Knight outwit the Hawk King of Phoenicius and steal her away? The Hawk King is not always at her side. Plus, as you know, the Black Knight is in possession of warp powder. If someone of his might has the ability to appear and disappear at will, it may be that he is without equal. With the exception of you, Your Majesty. Of course. I mean... I will have to test that someday. But not today. It's not that often that one finds a tool as useful as he is. Well spoken, Your Majesty. Now then, Patrine, my dear Patrine, you have made one blunder after another. How will you prove your worth to me? If you wish to remain in my service, you must show me results. Unless you, too, wish to become food for Raijeon here. Your Majesty, I will redouble my efforts. I won't let you down again. You can be a general, or you can be dinner. I don't really care which. But do try to show a little initiative, won't you? Yes, Your Highness, but at your leave. Hold! I forgot one thing. What happened to Ina when the capital fell? According to all reports, she escaped. Her current location is unknown, however. This is Ina we're speaking of. She will return to Your Majesty, will she not? Kill her. What? I've no further use for her. Oh, but if it's too much for you to kill her outright, use her trust and stab her in the back. As you wish. They don't call him the Mad King for nothing. Oh, we got a pretty decent chunk of bonus experience. All right, that was part 26, chapter 21, Without a King. Like, share, and subscribe if you would, and I'll see you next time.